I just started my install of Ubuntu 14.04. This is the .2 LTS release. I tried the .3, but I couldn't get it to install on here quite right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the .2. I don't know why my system didn't like .3, and then I'll update to the .3 release after I get the operating system installed. I'm installing it on my Dell XPS. It's a L501X. It's like the first XPS, one of the first XPS, the revamped series. It's from late 2010, and it's probably one of the first generation i7s with NVIDIA graphics card and 8 gigs of RAM. So it's not too bad. It's not the fastest. They just updated these systems. So I'm going to go ahead, and all I've done so far is ran the USB installer, and I got to the welcome screen and I clicked try Ubuntu instead of install Ubuntu, so I could record this on the actual tablet that I'm installing it on. And now I'm installing it after I clicked install Ubuntu, so I'm just going to click continue. I selected install third-party software and download updates while installing, so let's see how it works out. It's been kind of slow doing fresh installs lately. This is a 15.4-inch laptop, and Dell just refreshed the XPS 15 and the XPS 13 just today or a couple of days ago, something like that. And they also have a new XPS hybrid tablet. I don't want to erase the disk, encrypt it. Well, I'm going to encrypt it, but I don't want to do any of this stuff. I want to do something else. I want to do it myself. Okay, I have this right here. This is going to be the boot partition, and that leaves 63 gigs free. So I'm going to add a partition. I guess like 56. That's good as any. And I'm gonna have this be a physical volume for encryption. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a passphrase, or you can give it a password, it doesn't matter. Okay, and I don't need to overwrite the disk here. There's nothing on here of concern. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and change this. This is going to be the boot partition right here, this 256 megabytes. So I'm going to change that to, I'm just going to say do it extension 4. I'm going to say formatted, and the mount point is the boot section. Let that update in the new partition table. Alright. And I'm going to change this mount point right here of the encrypted drive to root. And the partition table is updating. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to do is the swap space. So I'm going to say new. I want this to be an encrypted physical volume too. It's going to be swap space, but I'm going to encrypt it also. You can choose different key, same key, it doesn't matter. You'll have to type both of them in no matter what. Okay, don't need to overwrite this one either. Click OK. It's creating the swap partition. Well, not just the encrypted partition. It's not set to swap yet. It's almost done. Okay, there it is. So now I'm going to change this. I'm going to now say use as swap space and click OK. Okay. And that's it. Now I'm going to do the install. Yes, I want these changes to be written to disk. I was talking earlier about the new XPS systems that came out, and I like the 13-inch one and the 15-inch one. The hybrid tablet one is kind of neat too. I like all of them, to be honest. They seem to have real nice displays. So, and they have Thunderbolt 3 and USB 3.1 and very high resolution screens, so that would be nice to have. But I'm stuck with this one for the time being. Just one second. See, what did I put in? Okay, they both match now. Let me just type it in again and make sure it's the one I want. There we go. I'm going to encrypt my home folder also and require a password on login. And that's mainly it. I'm just going to let this install run, and that's the first phase in setting this laptop up again to be my development laptop. I'm hoping to do Go programming on it as well as Android programming, Python, and what else? A little web development. And that's mostly all I want to use it for, just to start getting back into development again. And I have the X220 tablet. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. X220 tablet. Got a docking station for it too. It's pretty nice. It's a convertible laptop. The graphics aren't that powerful. It's the built-in Intel HD 3000 graphics, so they're pretty good though. And it's an i5 processor. It takes a little while to compile like big programs, but just for little stuff it's not that bad. I use that for development sometimes, but mostly I use it for testing setups, like when I compile the Java SDK or JDK from scratch and things like that. I test them on this one first. The screen size is a 12.1 inch. I think it's 12. It's not 13. I think it's 12.1 inch. And it's kind of, I'm used to around this size, like a 15 inch, and my desktop monitor is have as main monitor a 24 inch Dell monitor, and a monitor turned vertically, which is also a Dell monitor, which is 22 inches. So I'm used to a larger monitor size, and this laptop here is 15.6 inches. So this is kind of the smallest size I'm used to working on. So that's why I'm trying to get back to developing on this one. The front bezel is cracked where it meets the hinge of the laptop to fold down, so I ordered one of those. They're really, parts for this laptop are going really cheap now. That was $8, $9 I think at the most. And so I'll do a video of me changing that out when it gets in. It should just snap on. It's nothing real complicated. And I've also done some other videos with this laptop. When I first got it, I updated the hard drive to the SSD. And I got this laptop with a Blu-ray player, and I found that I really didn't have any use for a Blu-ray player in my laptop. So I took the Blu-ray player out and bought a drive caddy and installed the hard drive that was in here, that was in the main system, as the hard drive in the caddy, and put the bezel from the caddy, put the bezel from the Blu-ray player on the caddy, so the system looks the same. You just can't eject it. You have to, if you want to take that hard drive out, you have to unscrew it, take it out, take the bezel off, put the bezel on the Blu-ray player. But I don't need to do that because I don't even use the Blu-ray player at all. I would put it back in if I sold this laptop, which probably won't happen because these aren't going for very much. They're like maybe around $250, $300 usually at the most. You can get them online if you buy them from like the auction sites. If you buy them from a store that's refurbished, they're a little more, quite a bit more. So it's halfway done. Let me open up this for a minute. Hopefully it won't slow it down too much. I mentioned earlier that I was having trouble installing the 0.3 dot release, and that could have been because I hadn't reformatted these drives, and so I went in with Gparted and just blasted all the partitions away and started from scratch, and I just left the unformatted large partition, and then I created the boot partition, and then I did everything else in the partition editor that you just saw. So that could have been something wrong with how I had it partitioned, because after that, because I was having trouble with this .2 release too, but after I went in and blew away the hard drive partitions and redid those, it seems to be going fine now. If I can close this. And it's almost complete. This phase of the operation laptop development machine or whatever. I wanted to put, I was thinking about putting 15.04 on here, but 15.10 comes out at the end of this month. Ubuntu 15.10 is like Wily Werewolf, I think, something like that. And then I would want to upgrade to 15.10. 15.10 is a short-term release, but they have updated. You see these? I just clicked on this right here. These are the current scroll bars, and 15.10 takes the, I think, integrates the GNOME type scroll bars. So that's different. They updated to the 4.x kernel. That's different. And a few other small upgrades. So I decided, since all my other machines are on 14.04, I just stayed on 14.04 because I usually have trouble with the distributions if they're really new. So, and I would want 15.10, so I'm already sensing that I would probably have trouble with that. So I'm going to wait till 16.04. That's supposed to be a new major release, and I want to probably upgrade all of my machines at that point to 16.04 after it's been out a couple of months. Let me see, when does 16, well, next April it should come out, because it's April-October release schedule. Let's see how long. That's going to be supported for 14.04 supported to 2019. Let's see. 16.04 is another LTS, and it should have the mirror running on it for the user interface. Okay, install is finished. So I have to continue my Ubuntu 16.04 conversation later. Everything's good here. It installed pretty fast after I got the hard drive situation settled.